Shout out to Let's Talk, trending hot topic. Shout out there, young brother, really putting out a lot of great content. Please, please, please go subscribe to his channel. Young brother is doing things.
Peace, YouTube. What's going on? We back with another trending hot topic commentary show where we do all the latest and hottest reaction and reviews. I'm your host, N.Lynch. Let's talk. All right, so we're going to dive right into this video. I got a audio clippings rather, of young Pharaoh. You know, he and his felons. He posted a video earlier today. He titled it "Young Pharaoh Speaks on the Dangers of Parents Weaponizing Their Own Children." Now, although I do agree with the statements that he's saying a lot in the video, it's kind of like, you know, a lot of that stuff he put himself in, like it could have been avoided. Like, if he just did things just a little bit differently, then he probably wouldn't be in these type of situations. But I mean, I guess you can say that for all of us, for real, if we did stuff a little differently or whatever. But we're not talking about us. We're talking about YP right now. So we're gonna dive right into this video. I'm gonna start off with this clipping, and we can go over it and dissect it and see what we come up with. So here we go.
The mind is a terrible thing to waste. That is why one must focus. Let's get it. I bought just come like I'm tension. I want to wrestle in Joseph. This video right here is about proof women manipulate the judicial system, which in effect hurts the children. You know, it's hurting the children. Let me say this right. I'm gonna throw some screenshots out real quick right here.
All right, I'm gonna pause it right now because y'all can't see it, but if you watch the video, he pretty much is putting Golden on blast. He pretty much showing a text message that she sent to him December the 1st. He stating that, you know, she asked him for money, and you know, she want to come back, and can you please call for the kids and all that stuff. And he's saying that, well, we're not supposed to be talking for 60 days. And he's saying that in the text messages is saying that, you know, well, they will only know that if I say something about it. Now, I think if you're a fella, if you're a dude or whatever, you kind of know, like, that's like a kind of like a shaky road to take. So don't even do that. But she know that he's like a sucker type boy anyway. So he gonna respond. She understand that, like she understand that he's still in love with her, and she know what it takes to you know, get under his skin. And he fall for it every single time. And pretty much he put himself in that position. For real. He trying to be more like Brother Polite and Nature Boy, trying to have this whole polygamous thing. I think the wrong thing about like these dudes, and because y'all notice too, it seems like it's always the dudes in the conscious community too. Like all these conscious community brothers, like they always want to have like 4, 5, 6, 7 different wives and all that stuff. And that's no knock. Like that's cool and all. I just think that they go about it all wrong, and the choices the people that they choose or whatever is all wrong too. That's why they get into all this drama and stuff too. But I mean, they be some freak boys too. Allegedly, you know, allegedly they be on some weird kinky type stuff. So especially that boy Brother Polite, you know, I've been hearing some crazy stuff about him for a while now. And I didn't even, when I first heard about it, I'm like, you talking about the conscious boy? And it was like, yeah. And I'm like, hell. But then I started hearing about other people that you know you would usually probably wouldn't expect to be on some, you know, alleged child type stuff or sex trafficking or whatever, and you come to find out that it is whatever, or some type of link to it, i.e. Brother Polite and this whole little, charge he got earlier this year, and it's like damn. Like, so it was some type of truth to what people be talking about, what they be saying. So, like, I don't know if y'all know about like poetry and everything, and like different philosophers, but it was this old German poet named Liverbezium, and one of his sayings, he said, twist truth and madness lies but a sliver of a string. Basically meaning that there's always some type of truth in those lies. With other, like, when there's rumors and stuff, yeah, like a lot of that stuff may be, made up or made believe, but most times they only can be able to conjure up more to the story because something already exists, and then they just add on to it. So, like, when we hear about these dudes and these allegations and all that stuff, like you take it with a grain of salt. I mean, because you don't want to condemn anyone until it's actually proven, but you just keep an eye opener, because this stuff is real out here. And young Pharaoh, he's no different from the rest of those guys. Now, we ain't hear about no rape type stuff or no child type stuff with him, but he's no different from the rest of those guys. And to be honest with you, if he keep it up at this rate, like the path he going, he gonna end up. You're gonna start hearing some scandals later on down the road, maybe a year or two from now, maybe 3 or 4, whatever. You might hear something. Like, history got a funny way of repeating itself, and it never fails. And they always choose the it seems like they always choose like the weaker link, whatever. Like they got they pick it up and deliver every few years, and I think right now, Pharaoh, he getting real ripe for easy pickings, pretty much. But I'm gonna let y'all finish listening to this, and we're gonna go over it, because I think Pharaoh still, well, he say he not, but he still love that girl, and you can tell by his actions, you can tell by the way he speak, you can tell by like all it. Like, he make every damn day he make a video about Golden Beauty, and you can tell because when he talk about Golden and when he talk about Camille, like, it's two totally different tones. Y'all ever peep that? Like, he real dismissive of Camille, like she was just some chick who he just was smashing or whatever. Like, it wasn't like no real feelings and everything. They just so happened to have a kid. But Golden, that was someone he actually was like in a committed relationship with. So all this stuff that's happening with him, you can tell that dude stressing and hurting. And it sounded like he need a hug real fast. But let me play this real quick.
Okay, and I said to say this, you feel me? Why did I put them screenshots up, right? Of me and Golden. That conversation, as you can see, was screenshotted December 1st. Today is December 9th. Now, why is that important, right? We ain't supposed to be talking, okay? But if you read them, if you see what the screenshot said on the screen, I'm going to pull it up in front of me. Shorty texted me, she said, "Can you send me money?" I said, "No, you're trying to play me. I just sent you 500 this week already, and you only fucking me when you ask me for money." She said, "Can you talk to your daughter? She's acting out." I said, "I'm not supposed to be in contact with you. They said they are not amending the order. I'm going to fall back. I'm not going to jail for you." She said, "Okay, Pharaoh, the only way they'll know is if I tell them." I said, "Okay, we're not supposed to have contact for 61 days. Now, she talking about, she tried to switch it on me, say, "Okay, I see what you're doing. Just wanted you to speak to her." I said, "I'm straight. I'm not going back to jail for you. They talk about 10 years. I'm good. You're not worth it." She said, "I'm literally saying she wants her dad. Can you just call him?" Now, I want to say this, right? For one, that's called manipulating the system. You feel me? A lot of women out here, which are doing what my children's mothers are doing, not letting me see my kids in order to try to hurt me and break my heart. You know what I'm saying? And then try to paint me out to be a danger in the courtroom when I'm not really a danger to my children. All
right, now I'm gonna pause it right there because I wanted y'all to hear that, and we can go over that part real fast. That's the little segment because, to be honest with y'all, I actually that little first part that he said, I agree with him. Like that's real. And if you're a man and you've been through like the family court systems, or not even just family court system, but just a man dealing with females and children, and they not letting you see your kids, or y'all going through issues over the because of the kids, whatever, or y'all going through stuff, and because of that, the consequence is you're not being able to see the kids, whatever. If you understand that, if you come from a point of that, a background, or if you know someone, then you can relate to that. So like I totally agree with everything he's saying right there. Now the part where he said, I'm not a danger to my kids or whatever, now that's where it's like I start, backing up a little bit, like, but hold up though. I mean, that may be true what she's doing or whatever, but you're not really proven yet that you kind of stable enough to take care of children, like you said, every single day, and it sounds good on paper, but you still acting the same old way. You talking about ow. Oh my God. Yeah, I can't believe I just said that. Yeah, I'm like, every time he do it, him and the girl, like you could understand his girl Martina doing it, but he be doing it with her, and I'll be like, what the hell? I mean, they ain't got nothing to do with kids, but I just had to do that out there because that was funny. But like you talking about smoking weed and doing all this and everything, like you're not supposed to be doing that all around the kids. And then you got like this whole, more so than anything, like smoke weed, whatever. Like people can make an argument about that. All right, fair. But me personally, I don't think trying to be a polygamous man and having a house full of women and everything and having your kids around it, I don't think you should be, teaching them that, because you got daughters, you got sons too, or whatever. You might want to say, all right, your son cool, but you got daughters too. So it's like you want to teach your daughter that, you want your daughter to see that it's okay to be basically kind of like a concubine, because that's how I kind of look at all those females when they got all those the men, when they got all those wives. They pretty much like concubines, not in the sense of just sexual objects, but they like sexual objects, because most, and that's for American men, because most American men, if y'all peep, they only go that route to have a lot of different women and stuff, a lot of different females, a lot of wives and everything. That's why I know a lot of dudes who became Muslim just so they could have different wives and all. It's weird out here, and it's crazy, and people use that as an excuse, and then try to they'll half-ass on the whole culture or the belief system, and on certain aspects, but then on ones that benefits their happiness or their lifestyle, whatever, they do that wholeheartedly. So you got people who pick and choose whatever, and Pharaoh is one of them. Now, he never claimed to be like one of those Pan-Africans, and he never claimed to be this or that, but he pretty much followed the teachings of like Nature Boy and Sanetta and Seti and all of them, and they pretty much all like worship the same type of stuff and believe in the same type of stuff. And if you ask me, all that stuff is devilish, for real. Like when I start doing my research and start looking into it and all that. No, don't get me wrong, it sounds good, and some of that stuff is compelling, and some of that stuff is true. That's why but that's how manipulators are good, because like the best manipulators in history, they always mix truth with their own narrative, and that's how you draw people in. Because if people hear certain things that they're familiar with that they understand as real, and then you mix with some old other bullshit, but it sounds good, they be like, oh, it must be real. It must be true. So, that's pretty much how I look at it. All right, let me play this clip again real fast, and we can go back over it.
When I love my children, when I would do anything for my children, but then when they want some money or when they want things their way, they want to reach out. So when it's at my detriment and they're getting what they want, it's okay. But if it's whether it's at my detriment or not, I can't have what I want. So now is this proof women are manipulating the judicial system. This is how children are being human trafficked and organ harvested. Because you got dads who don't know where their children are because mothers think they don't know how to confirm where the children are. They start all kind of chaos. CPS come in, funnel the kids out, and CPS is the ones human trafficking the kids. And the professionals. I got a shout out from the CIA. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. So I say that to say that this ain't to attack my children's mom. And everybody know about adrenochrome and organ harvesting. I've been exposed to this shit for years. I got a video on Facebook right now that got 1.7 million views. I've been doing millions of views for years. Once again, I got a shout out from Robert Steele. Go listen to my song American Dad. I got the clip in the end. Go right here and on his YouTube channel, go to Young Girl Credentials. I'm in two videos. One video with Robert Steele doing the interview, the other one being shot. I know what I'm talking about.
All right, he obsessed that Robert Steele gave him a shout out. Shout out to Robert Steele too, because Robert Steele, he was a real smart brother who was he wasn't a brother, but he was a real smart man, and he did know a lot, and he did used to say a lot and everything before his passing or whatever. If y'all don't know who Robert Steele is, or y'all know who he talking about, y'all should know by now. He keeps saying it every time. He's the former CIA agent. He was I think he was former head of CIA, but he used to do a lot of interviews and talk a lot about the stuff. He was on Alex. I first seen him on Alex Jones, but yeah, Robert Steele gave young Pharaoh a shout out, and ever since then he been like holding that thing to the wheels fall off. I mean that's cool or whatever, but just because Robert Steele give you a shout out, that don't mean that you the smartest man in the world. That don't mean everything that you're saying is right, because even Robert Steele was wrong on some stuff. So I mean, Robert Steele was just a man. He wasn't no better than anyone else. He just so happened to be in part of an organization. He knew some shit, but that's pretty much about it. So I mean, he likes to keep bragging, bigging up himself, and I think that's good. I think we all should have that type of self-confidence in ourselves, but he'd go to the extreme with it. Pharaoh, he be talking about he the most intelligent man in the world. I know a couple months ago he was saying he's the most powerful banker in the world, out in the nation, this and that. That's this one, Qua and Lou and Chef Yak and all them was around and everything, and he said he the most intelligent, he's this and that, and it's like, bro, we understand what it is now. It's good wordplay. Is reading type of books in different cultures that the average person don't know about. So when you start speaking on things and topics, you can start saying it, and it sounds good to the everyday people because most people are ignorant to shit. Like that's really what it is. See, a lot of people hate that I say stuff like this. They be like, "Oh, you hating," or you're mean, or you're heartless, this whatever. People just think that I'm just so mean. It's just like, no, I'm not mean. I'm realistic. I see what it is. Like, game peep game, real recognize real. Shit, you can't bullshit a bullshitter. Like I can even say that. And people hate that. Like I was saying in my live earlier, most people, they so used to just being lied to. So they so used to just people just saying what they want to hear because, people now they just living in a fairy tale bubblegum, lollipop dream world and Powerpuff Girls type thing, and it's like, like no, reality is not like that. Reality is ugly, and people hate the fact that I guess I got no chill button or whatever. I got no sensor, whatever. It is what it is. But if I don't say it, who else gonna say it? That's how I look at it. Cause we need to start hearing some real shit, all of us, me included. You know, we all need to start being accountable. We all need to start taking responsibility. And maybe we all need to just start hearing the things that we don't want to hear, but we need to hear. Because I think most of us, if that happens, yeah, a lot of we all gonna be mad and shit, and being a pity party and all that stuff. But I think most of us, after you get over that little pity party and get over being upset, you start realizing like, oh damn, he or she was right, whoever was delivering the message, and just be like shit, I gotta get myself together. I gotta start doing something. And we need to start drilling that in our heads. Like start seeing it every single day. Forget all this rap stuff. Forget all these awards and versus battles and what who did this and who did that. Like they'll still be there because it's drama. Drama is entertainment. They ain't never going nowhere. It sells just like sex. Drama and sex is the only thing that's been around since the dawn of time, and it's the only thing that's probably going to be here to the end. Real talk. So that's my time. I just wanted to say that. I'll holla at y'all. Peace.